Well, my dad was my main influence, I guess, as a soccer player himself, and I used to hang around with him, going to watch soccer matches on the weekends and that. But I think Liverpool were probably the best team when I was growing up, and I used to love John Barnes when I was a youngster, watching him play. And I used to emulate him in the back garden and that, so I'd say he was probably my hero as a kid. This is just what I always wanted to do for as long as I can remember. I think probably in my early teens, I guess, was when you actually started thinking that it might happen, or that you're working towards something. But it was always my dream from as long as I was old enough to know that there was professional football. I've been a striker for as long as I can remember, probably from about the age of 9, I guess. I seemed to score goals a lot when I was young, and I just went on with that, and that's just seems to be my position. Confidence is, it's nice when you're on top of your game and everything's going well, and but I don't think confidence really is that important. I think what matters is what you do with the next piece of play that you're involved in, and how you approach things, and because it doesn't really matter what, when you find yourself in a position, how much confidence you've got to deal with it regardless, and it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's how you approach things, and if you try and do as well as you can. I think by working hard and believing in yourself, you can get through to the tougher patches when things aren't going for you. And I think you just have to not try too hard, and just believe in yourself, and things will eventually turn around for you. I think if you're going to practice shooting, you've got to obviously do it as much as you can, because goal scoring is a habit. So the more times that you can get into positions, and the more times you can hit the target, and it becomes a habit, so you just get used to scoring goals. And I think the main thing is when you're practicing that you have to do it as realistically as you can, and some players go through the motions or mess around a little bit when they're practicing, but you really have to concentrate and do it properly to get the real benefit out of it. And that's what I believe is, because how you practice on the pitch is what you'll take into a game. If a player's going to go overseas, they have to be ready to do that. And I think times have changed a lot in Australia in the last few years. Now with the A-League, it's a real opportunity for players to play professionally, and and then they can make a step overseas. But I think it depends on the individual's case, and what they have to make the decision for themselves, and what's best for them. I think I handled it quite well. It was a big move for me going to Manchester City, but I did my best, and some things you can always look back and say I could have done this differently or that differently, but at the time I gave everything that I had, and I tried to make the most of every chance that I got, and of each situation. So I really enjoyed it, but of course it's tough. It's tough also going and where you don't know anybody. There's a lot, and being homesick. But you overcome that, and it's been great for my career and my life. It's fantastic looking back on that now. It was a long time ago, but I had a great time at that World Cup, and I had a good team of players around me. I think Brett Emerton and Harry Kill, Chris Coyne, they've all gone on to play for Australia as well. So it was fantastic, and I can remember the goals I scored. I think I scored 2 against Spain, and I scored 1 against Brazil. So it all really went well, and I was really loving playing football then, and it's great to look back on those memories. The A-League is fantastic, really, for coming so far in such a short space of time. Compared to some of the other places where I've played, I think it's terrific, and it's a great opportunity now for the younger generation to come through and have somewhere that they can play in Australia, of with the professionalism that the A-League clubs now have, and it's still going to keep improving. So, it's just great how far it's come. I think you never stop learning. I think every year that you play and every match that you play is different to what you've played before. So, and playing with different teams, I think I've experienced a lot, and with all that experience and improvement in the mental side of my game as well, I think at 33 I'm just reaching sort of what I think is the peak of my career. I'm still in physically good shape, and so I'm really enjoying my soccer now, and probably more than I ever have before. So I'd say every day you keep learning. I wear the Adi Pure. I've been wearing it for a long time now. I think the most important thing for me is that I'm comfortable, and they're a very simple boot, and I can feel the ball really well with them, and so that's why I continue to wear them. It's obviously a fantastic thing to have at your disposal. It's the sort of thing that we've been using in training for quite a long time now, and just to get some feedback about what you're doing on the field, and you can see your improvement over a period of time, and it's great information to have as a player to work with, and it helps you to know what you need to improve on. So it's invaluable, that sort of information.